Hello, this is Eric Bolt, Warning Coordination Meteorologist for the National Weather Service office in Oxnard, California. This presentation is the Southwest California Winter Season Update. So where do we stand on precipitation this season? This chart shows the precipitation for many locations in our four-county area during the month of January in the left column, and for the water year, which is since July 1st, in the right column. All areas were much below normal for the month of January, as indicated by the brown boxes on the left. Rainfall ranged from 20 to 60% of normal for the month. Most of the region remains below normal for the water year, ranging from 43 to 88%, except for the extremes of 14% of normal at Palmdale and near 100% at both San Luis Obispo and Mount Wilson. Here's a look at the January 2012 precipitation departure from normal for the entire southwest United States. The majority of the region, with the exception of extreme northern California, was in the yellow to red shades, which depicts below normal precipitation for the month of January last year. Here's a look at the January 2013 precipitation departure from normal. All of California was in the yellow to red shades and below normal precipitation for the month of January. Many areas were as much as 4 to 10 inches below normal during the month that is normally considered one of the wettest of the year. Last year's snowpack in early February looked like this for the Sierra Mountains. The dry January in 2012 resulted in a relatively sparse snowpack and below normal conditions last year. Early winter storms brought significant snowpack to the Sierra Mountains this year, and you can see the difference by this most recent February image. Snowpack for California is at 70 to 80% of normal for this time of the year. You can also see this season's precipitation as compared to normal from 5 stations in the central Sierras. What started out well above normal in December and January has now moved into below normal precipitation for the winter, or 87% of normal in February. This is a comparison of short-term drought conditions across the state. The left image shows last year's drought severity, and the right image is this year's. Note that a larger portion of the state, 59%, was in moderate drought conditions last year at this time. However, a larger percentage, 24%, shown by the orange color, is in severe drought conditions this year. In general, Southern California is experiencing more short-term drought due to less than normal rainfall this water year. What is the prediction for the rest of this winter season? ENSO conditions, or the amount of warming or cooling across the equatorial Pacific Ocean, remains in a neutral condition, neither El Niño or La Niña. ENSO neutral is forecast to continue through the upcoming spring and summer months. This is depicted by the majority of the lines remaining in the shaded zone, from current time on the left through the summer on the right. This is the forecasted chances of precipitation for the week of February 21st to the 27th. California remains mostly in the below normal category, as the storm track will take the bulk of the precipitation to our east. However, this does not mean there is no rainfall expected across our area, as we will see in the next few slides. The general outlook for precipitation through the month of April keeps all of Southern California in the below normal category. February is our wettest month of the year, so even if March and April see relatively normal rainfall amounts, the 3-month period of February through April will likely be drier than normal. There is some good news in the near-term forecast. A storm system is expected to move across the Great Basin on Tuesday, bringing a threat of precipitation to Southern California. The black lines dipping southward and the red low-pressure center indicate the stormy pattern for next week. At this time, rainfall amounts do not look very significant. Another low-pressure center may bring a second chance of precipitation to Southern California later in the week. Again, rainfall totals are usually not that significant when the storm track remains to our north and east and mainly over land. So some conclusions for the rest of the winter outlook. January precipitation was much below normal for Southern California. February is our wettest month of the year, but it too remains below normal. The forecast for the remainder of the winter season is for drier than normal conditions. Short-term drought conditions are developing and likely to increase for Southern California through the spring months. Thank you for viewing this presentation. For the latest forecast information, be sure to visit our website listed below. Also, we are located on Facebook and Twitter. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please email me at the listed email on your screen. Thank you.